Design of eco-efficient windows. A life cycle assessment. There was not so long ago that glass was a precious material, so highly valued that only the wealthiest homes had glass in their windows. Glassmaking was remarkably advanced during the Roman era, and many ancient homes had glass-paned windows. Clear glass panes were first invented in the late 3rd century CE, when glassmakers would blow a cylindrical bubble of glass and then slice it lengthwise and flatten out the result. Pre-16th century featured stone mullions or timber frames. Glazing were not usual then. Glazed windows usually indicates a high status. Moreover, in the 16th century, Tudor stability and prosperity was reflected in window size. Windows became larger with small openings and glazing became more common. During the 17th century, frames were then taller than they were wide. Window glazing was placed almost flush externally and surface area of glass increased. Windows became even more slender in the 18th century while sashes are introduced and became less expensive, so it became more standard in humble homes. Glass got thinner also and width of glazing bars slowly reduced. During the 19th century, size of windows grew. 18th century sashes had sills lowered for balcony access. Today, where everything is machine-made, that includes window glazing and window frames that varied from wood, aluminum or plastic. Do you ever wondered what windows are for? Windows serves many purposes. Windows account for much of the building's character, accounting for 20 to 30% of its exposed surface. It is considered critical to the livability of homes and productivity of commercial and institutional buildings. The rationale behind it is that it provides daylight, views, protection from glare, ventilation for air quality and mass cooling, and acts as climate moderator, insulator and noise barrier. Windows itself are energy-efficient tools. The main components of glass windows are glazing, frames, and its accessories. It is vital to evaluate the trade-off between these materials and its efficiency. However, assessing the environmental effect of windows based only on operational energy may be insufficient. Thus, the full life cycle from cradle to grave of a window system was considered. But before all that, what is life cycle really? Life cycle assessment, LCA, is an internationally accepted life cycle thinking method based from ISO 14040 to quantify the environmental impacts of a product throughout its entire life cycle. Typically, a lifespan of a window is 40 to 50 years. This includes raw material extraction, material processing, part manufacturing, assembly, product use and end of life.
Are double glazed better than single glazed? Are wood frames really more efficient compared to aluminum? Does this cheaper window option provide better long-term energy payback? Are larger windows better?
With all these in mind, a life cycle assessment and operational energy use was done to 6 glazing types. Under 20%, 25% and 30% window-to-wall ratio. And 2 window shape proportions. Glazing 1 is a 12 mm clear glass. Glazing 2 is a tinted float glass. Glazing 3 is a 4 mm clear glass plus 15 mm aerogel plus 4 mm clear glass. Glazing 4 is a 5 mm clear glass plus 12 mm argon gas gap plus 5 mm low E glass. Glazing 5 is a 4 mm low iron glass plus 15 mm aerogel plus 4 mm low iron glass. And finally, glazing 6 is a 5 mm clear glass plus 12 mm argon gas gap plus 5 mm low E glass plus 12 mm argon gas gap plus 5 mm low E glass. In order to assess all these, 2 software are used, namely CymaPro and Energy 3D. Wondering what are those? To give you a gist of the amazing functions both of this software have. CymaPro is a life cycle assessment tool that measures through 11 impact categories. These are carcinogens, respiratory substances, climate change, radiation, ozone layer, ecotoxicity, acidification, eutrophication, land use, minerals and fossil fuels. In the study, these 11 impact categories were grouped into 3 damage categories, using EcoIndicator 99, namely, human health, ecosystem quality, and resources. While Energy 3D is an energy efficiency analysis tool that simulates a building's energy It shows effects to energy use of different factors such as window size, shape, glazing, etc. The CIMA-Pro simulation results showed that the window systems that have the most environmental impacts shared the same window glazing type. Therefore, the window-to-wall ratio and window shape only showed impact is driven by the window glazing. In other words, the bigger the window is, the more glazing it will use, thus resulting to more environmental impact. Energy 3D, however, resulted differently. It is concluded that in choosing a window system, both the U-value and SHGC plays a vital role. As expected, triple glazed windows showed the best performance. Window-to-wall ratio and windows shape showed insignificant impacts. This isn't contrary to the CIMA-Pro results. Results from both this software are integrated by radar charts like these. These radar charts are used to show the strengths and weaknesses of each window scenario. In addition to this, these radar charts also show outliers and commonality among scenarios with the same parameters. It is concluded that there is a trade-off between energy efficiency and environmental impact. The researchers therefore confirm that choosing the right window system is not as easy as it may sound. This leads to the conclusion that achieving balance of an energy-efficient window with less environment impacts are critical. The integrated results show that the most balanced window system is a double-glazed window with aerogel, since it provided the least impact on all three damage categories, and at the same time provided enough insulation against solar and heat gain. It is also concluded that if integrated, window-to-wall ratio and window shape has insignificant impact. However, if one wishes to lessen the environmental impact, choosing a square and a smaller window will be better. Thank you. Goodbye.